And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a Southern California kid. Played his college ball in L.A. at USC. At quarterback, it's Sam Darnold. The tight end Henry here in motion. They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. And that to the 30. It'll be second down. The numbers for Walker last week. 13 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more late.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Going up top for Kupp. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Rasul Douglas able to break that one up.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away. Taken at the 37. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. This is 2nd and 8. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Derek Hall in there that time to get him to the turf. How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Garrett Williams. And the Seahawks are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Able to find the open man, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. Straight ahead, Walker. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Brought down at the 20. 2nd and 7 from the 20. They'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. Only a couple there, so he'll be brought down about the 28. You talk about this Seahawks defense. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. In motion goes the tight end. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 5. 3rd and 7 now.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
They'll set up a throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Out now is a punter, Jordan Stout. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
They go play action here on 1st down. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. And they'll lead the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw here. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. No score after one on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Rams post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Here's Darnold. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent game. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Now Darnold. And complete to Smith and Jigba. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I think that was a pretty good read right there. They caught him in zone defense and went to the hitch. And because they're in zone, that creates a natural space between the defenders and the receiver, able to get it to him quickly and let him get upfield.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
The kick by Pinheiro is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a three-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. Play action. It's Darnold. That went out wide and intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Well, Brandon, this ain't popular culture. This one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. This 2nd and 4. In motion, the tight end. 2nd and 4. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down. That's taken in left side by Whittington. So he stopped for no gain, and it's 2nd down. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's a Rams 1st down on a pickup of 10. The Rams had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Now back to throw. Pass complete there to Nakua. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Continuing to steadily move the ball down the field. Not big play after big play, but these moderate gains getting him 1st downs.
And you know what they add up to, right? If you continue that pace and you continue to move it downfield, they add up into 6 points. That's exactly what you're looking for.
2nd and a couple. They'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back to throw again. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. From the 9, 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that as he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in, touchdown. Seattle. A big play there. 70 yards. And the Seahawks are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. They certainly made quick work of that. Ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead, and they'll move it up to the 40. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Here's a 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. They're going to look to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Free kick out of bounds.
And they'll accept that penalty. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be second down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
It's now third down and 9 yards to go.
On play action, they'll throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
I had to do a double take on that one, Brandon, because so far in this game, we haven't seen many of his passes fall incomplete.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to kick it away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's done. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career, and Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
A throw out wide going to be incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a first down as well.
Partner, that's excellent timing right there. Breaking off the route and being able to hit it right when he stops.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Walker now on first and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Faking the give, Darnold. That'll be caught by Cup. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 37. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from Rams territory now, it's first and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. From the 31, here's second and 4. Now to the ground, here's Walker. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a third and 4. Back to throw, Darnold. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
At the 34-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd.
Here we go on 2nd and 12.
32-yard line.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Incomplete. Makes it 3rd down and 12.
They'll set up a throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 9. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all. And it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really start to matter. They got to make some moves.
And that is incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Rams offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. A turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Got to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. Now they can't bring him down. So a big return there, Charles, on what was a pretty dangerous throw to the outside.
It sure was, Brandon. That's the risk you run on a throw like this. If it's intercepted, a lot of times this is a pick.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They run it again with Williams. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now an injury timeout. And that is Devontae Adams, who is in some discomfort following that play. And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on 4th. It would be 58 yards from here. That is caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Talk about a momentum shifter right there. Tie game, 4th quarter. These are the plays that win you games. And now defensively, the question becomes, how do you respond?
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Williams is going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Sometimes offense, if you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is now 21-14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by the Kyren Williams touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. A play fake, and it's Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 87 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Up the middle, here's Walker. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that point from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Play action. It's Darnold. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
I like how he hung in there, went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And going right back to Walker. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. Darnold. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. And he'll just get rid of it.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Open man is Barner, the tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. To throw is Darnold. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. And a lane slowly materializing there as they'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 45-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll set up to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Darnold to throw. Gets this complete to Smith-Njigba. And he is going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here's Darnold. Walker with a grab, left side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Darnold. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Now Darnold. Throw left side complete. That's Walker. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Darnold. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. A big play looming on 3rd down. Now Darnold. And this is taken in at the 5. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And a pretty poor kick here. It doesn't make it to the landing zone, and that means they'll move the ball out to the 40-yard line. And that flag accepted. This is 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And that's caught by Williams. And he will get to the sideline here, but that a minimal gain at best. 3 yards, possibly 4. Here comes 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
He's back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. All 3 timeouts remain. How much that'll matter remains to be seen. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Seahawks have just about sewn up this football game. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And they'll indeed take a knee. So the victory here for Seattle. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for the Seahawks, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3.